Hello there, welcome again to Gomark. Thank you so much for watching my videos and tuning in. If you are new to this family, it's not too late to join us by hitting the subscription button. So today we are doing this skirt. It's a stretchy skirt with ruffles on the sides. It's very cute and very lovely. So let's get in. I'm going to use this red yarn. It's color red, actually it's just the camera difference, and I'm using two strands. It is robin 50 grams and a 3.5 millimeters hook. So I'm going to begin by making a knot, and then I'm just going to make the number of chains that are equal to the length that I want my skirt to be. For instance, I'm going to make up to around 100 chains, which is equivalent to 19 inches. So you can make it longer or shorter depending on the length of your skirt. So I have my chains here, so I just add one, then I want to begin my second row. So at this point we are going to go into the back loops, as you can see. So you are going to make slip stitches through the back loops. I don't want my skirt to be transparent, that's why I'm choosing slip stitch, but you can also use single crochet or half double crochet depending, but I just want it to be not to be transparent, that's why I chose the slip stitch. So I'm going into every stitch through the back loop and I'm making slip stitches. You have to be patient with this stitch. Take your time so that you can have the best output ever. So just go in every stitch and make a slip stitch, but remember through the back loop. So we meet at the end of the row. Here I am, and I just want to begin the next row, so I chain one and turn my work. So I go into the very first, and remember, back loop, make a slip stitch. Through the back loop, make another slip stitch. So in every stitch we are making a slip stitch through the back loop. This is the pattern for the entire project. Very repetitive. The only thing is that you have to be patient with the stitch, but once you mastered it, it's very easy. So do not skip any stitch, just go in every stitch and make a slip stitch through the back loop. So continue making the slip stitches through the back loop until we are at the end of the row. So here I am, I want to chain one and turn. So this is what you're going to be doing at the end of every row. Just chain one and turn your work, and then you repeat the procedure. You begin with the very first stitch and make a slip stitch through the back loop. So I will be alternating my colors. I'm using red and black. So I'm going to make a multiple number of rows for the red, and then I'll come back and show you when I'm done, so that we can now use black. So this is it so far. This is what you should have so far. It's very neat and very close together. So we continue until we have 10 rows of red. So here I am. When I count, I have 1 2 3 4 5. So those are crests, so times 2, meaning you have already 10 rows. So now I'm going to change from the red yarn to the black yarn. So I'm just going to grab my black yarn, make a knot and attach it to the project, as you can see in the video. So this is how I attach my yarn. I already have the black one in, so chain one and turn. So I'm just pulling the red one to safeguard the black yarn. So the procedure is the same. After attaching the yarn, we begin from the very first chain. or stitch, sorry, the very first stitch. As you can see, here we are. So we are going into it and make a slip stitch. Remember, we've gone through the back loop. We have gone through the back loop. So in every stitch through the back loop, make a slip stitch. Since we have 10 rows of red, we're also going to make 10 rows of color black, and that is what we are going to do for the entire project. So until you have your hip measurement, but remember, you have to stretch your work as you measure your hip measurements, or as you take your hip measurement. Remember to stretch your project every time you are measuring it, so that you have the accurate output. So here I am, I've done my red and black rows, so I have a total of nine, so that is 5 red and 4 black. So when I stretch this project, it goes up to 21 inches. When I stretch it, it goes up to 21 inches. So this is what I meant by stretch your work first when you are taking your measurement. So at this point, I have already made the 2 panels, the front and the back. So I'm just going to attach them together. We are going to join them together, and I'm joining them with the right sides out. I'm joining them with the right sides out. Are we together? This is because of the ruffles that I will place on the sides. So I'm just going to join the two, and I will be using the black yarn because you can see the 2 panels have ended with red. So I'm going to make my ruffles in black. So here we are, and I'm going to join using a single crochet. I'm going to join using single crochet. So just ensure that you go through both panels and then make your single crochet in every stitch. Ensure you don't skip any stitch while doing this, guys. So I'm just joining the 2 panels on the sides. I am using a single crochet and in color black. So you can choose your colors the way you want them to be, or you can also use just a single color for the whole project. So this is what I'm going to do until I am at the end of the panels. Here I am, I've joined using single crochet, and at this point I just want to remember I have been joining them using a double strand, so I want it to remain a single strand. So I'm just going to cut one of the yarns so that I remain with a single strand. I don't want my ruffles to be so heavy, so that's why I'm cutting one strand. So I have one strand left, so I'm just going to chain one and turn my work, and then in every stitch I'm going to place 2 single crochets. In every stitch I'm placing 2 single crochet. So this is the first one and the second one in the same stitch. We go to the next and also place another 2 single crochet. So this row is a row of increases. It is entirely a row of increases, and an increase, we said, it means 2 stitches in one. 2 stitches are made in one stitch. So for our instance, we are making 2 single crochets in one stitch. So we continue doing this until we are at the end of the row. So let me meet you at the end of the row. I'm going to do this off camera, then I'll be back to show you the result. So at the end, you expect this, the ruffles have begun forming. So at this point, I'm going to now chain 2 and turn. So remember, in the previous row, we've been making 2 single crochets in every stitch. But now for this row we are going to make 2 double crochets in every stitch. 2 double crochets in every stitch. That is what I'm doing. 2 double crochets in every stitch until you are done with your row. So we are increasing using double crochet stitch in every stitch. So go ahead and make your ruffles. So remember, you can continue up to the row you need, or up to the length you want your ruffles to be, but for my case I'm stopping at this row. I don't want them to be so long. And what I've done on this side is what I'm also going to do on the other side. So I'm just showing you the inside, how it looks like, but remember my work is on the outside, it is on the right side. So I've already worked the 2 sides. So we are going now to work on the waistband. We are going to work on the waistband. So the yarns that are on the bottom are just for weaving in. We shall just weave in at the end of the project. But for now, let us work on the waistband. So I'm going to go at this point, which is on one side, and I'll use the black yarn. So attach it there and just make single crochets all through. Make single crochets all around the waist. All around the waist. We make single crochets all around the waist. Let us make single crochets all around. So those who are commenting on my videos, I am really happy. Thank you so much. Those who choose me every time, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you've come to this far, congratulations. So I'm done. So I'm just finishing off with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2. Then I will make double crochets in every stitch. So this row is a row of double crochets in every stitch. So we make double crochets all around, 1 double crochet in every stitch, all around. Here we are, and we finish with a slip stitch. Chain 2. So I'm going now to make a row of front posts and back posts. So I begin with a front post. In the next stitch I make a back post. I begin with a front post, and into the next stitch I'm making a back post, as you can see. Next I make a front post. So I just alternate between front post and back post, front post and back post. So let us work this out. Make a row of front post and back post until you are done. Alternate them. So coming to the end, I finish with the front post because my previous was a back post. So finish with a slip stitch. Chain 2. So add another row. Where you have a front post, make another front post. Where you have a back post, make a back post. All together. When you have a front post, ensure you make a front post in the stitch. Where we have a back post, ensure you make a back post in the stitch. So that is what you are doing for this row. here I am. You can make it wider depending, but mine just good at this point. So I'm done with the waist, so I'm just going to even my endings. You can also decide to cut them just the way you need it. Then let us make a cord. So this cord is just for securing your waistband. So you can make it as long as you wish or as short as you wish. Then I'm just going to place it through the waistband, and that will be it. So I'm just trying to locate the middle part, and this is it. I told you I had 9 rows. 9 rows, that is for the red, 5, and for the black 4. So definitely I have one in the middle, and that is where I'm going to insert my cord from. I want it to balance, so it has to be in the middle. So I'm sure black is not so visible on camera, but the idea here is just to pass through the cord through the second row. You can use your crochet hook just the way I'm doing. You just pass it through the second row. You just pass it through the second row. Then just pull it. So this is what I'm going to do all round. I don't know if you can see this, but it's not difficult. It's very easy. I've tried to zoom it. You see, just passing my needle through the second row. And remember, since you've been marking out front post and back post, I can say I'm pushing it through the front posts. The demarcation is very clear. You can try it later, or if you know any other method, you can use it. So I'm done with the skirt. Thank you for watching. Bye.